very productive to help with the financial needs of those who live here in this beautiful piece of Dominica. Lord, you're the one who provides the growth of that seed. We cultivate, we water, we take care of it as best we can, but it is your wisdom that brings it forth. And so, Lord, I pray that you would also bless their hands as they till the soil, plant the seed. But Lord, I pray that especially we would come to know the one who has created all these things, who has created us for his glory and for his honor. And so I commit this time, this mile mark in the education of those who participated, into your hands, and I pray that it would be successful and that you would bring honor and glory to yourself. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you very much, Pastor Tony Cornelius. And yes, you may have your seats. and thank you, Pastor, for providing us with the spiritual and religious foundation of the excellent public service being executed by the Commonwealth of Learning, the UE Global Campus Dominica, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy. It is really a pleasure to have each and every one of you here today as we witness and as we celebrate with the participants of the certificate ceremony, Sustainable Agriculture Farmer Field School. And this is taking place, I believe, at a very, well, an opportune time in the light of our geopolitical realities and the fact that it is incumbent upon us to feed ourselves. But more anon on that as we progress. At this point in time, I have the very special pleasure on calling on the energetic and diligent and very committed head of the Global Campus Dominica, who serves as the engine room, as it were, for all of what is happening, herself and her team. And that is Dr. Kimon Joseph. And I ask you to join me in making her feel welcome.
Dr. Francis Severa, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of UWI Global Campus. Dr. Tony Mayers, who's Director of Education at the Commonwealth of Learning, as well as Dr. Chantel Moore, the Advisor for Virtual University for Small States of the Commonwealth, and the other staff of the Commonwealth of Learning who are joining us via live stream. Dr. Barry Casimir, who is joining us from home. Participants, he had a small surgery, so he couldn't be here today, but he asked me to give you his best wishes. He too is joining us via live stream. The staff of the UWI Global Campus, Mr. Ryan Anselm, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, and the other officials of the ministry, including Mr. Kian Stevenson, who is Director of Agriculture, the entire extension team from the East and that of the North. Participants of the Sustainable Agriculture Farmer Field School, both Cohort 1, who have joined us here today from Portsmouth, and Cohort 2, who we're recognizing today. Family members, friends, UWI alumni, and friends, both here at the Barana Ote, and those joining us live via GIS, DBS Radio, and Emonews. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone. Yes. It is indeed Mabrika. Thank you, Miranda, for reminding me of that. Mabrika. It is indeed an honor for me to stand before you today at this wonderful occasion the certificate ceremony for our participants of Cohort 2 of the Sustainable Agriculture Farmer Field School Program. On behalf of the UWI Global Campus Dominica site team, I extend a warm welcome to everyone gathered here and everyone listening to my voice. Your presence today is a testament of your commitment to the agricultural sector, to knowledge sharing, and to sustainable farming practices. 2 years ago, UWI Global Campus Special Initiatives Unit and the Dominica sites began crafting a project with the Commonwealth of Learning and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy that would benefit the agricultural sector in Dominica. Our first cohort launched in semester 1 of 2023-2024, and last February, we successfully completed and honored 26 participants from the Northern Agricultural District. Some of them are here with us today, as I said. Today, we are here to honor 35 successful participants from the Kalinago territory who have formed cohort number 2. My friends, it is often said that the reward for good work is more hard work, and I believe that to be very true. Both the Commonwealth of Learning and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy were so pleased with the first project at 1 Mile in Portsmouth that UWI was approached again to engage on further collaboration. This time, the proposal was for engagement and training in the Kalinago territory. It promised to be more intense. The extensive qualitative and quantitative evaluation of Cohort 1 fed into discussions about several ways that the project could be enhanced. And of course, as any good agricultural extension officer with his or her salt will tell you, even within Dominica, one size does not fit all when it comes to specific matters like soil, topography, rainfall, transportation, culture, the availability of markets, and so on. For our team at UWI, there was much more to think about and to plan for cohort number 2. For one thing, there were more people. We began with a cohort of 40 people in this round, and we had to manage transportation every week. Furthermore, on this occasion, we were not going to have the benefits of having a very comfortable and luxurious 1 Mile training complex. Instead, we successfully negotiated with Chief Stanford and her counselors to use the Sensi Resource Center, and we worked with Mr. Mail Nichols so that his private farm could be used for the hands-on training section. This project worked like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. Dr. Chantal Moore from the Commonwealth of Learning was in constant communication and provided solid advice and consultation from across the miles. At UWI, Ms. Brittany Williams, our clerical assistant, handled registration and other clerical duties. Dr. Barry Casimir, Mr. Javid Seaman, and Ms. Kidisha Pinard served as UWI's foot soldiers, journeying to the Kalinago territory week in, week out with supplies and, very importantly, with the snacks. The Eastern Agricultural Extension team of Mr. Burton and his colleagues provided steady support by managing the message boards, organizing the buses, and gathering the groups each week. From the north, Ms. Yasmin John and her assistant Ray organized the teaching schedule and communicated with the trainers who came from across the districts. And me, what did I do? Ladies and gentlemen, I had a very important job. I signed checks. Now, that part must not be underestimated, because without the checks, there would have been no snacks. And without the checks, Imran, the bus driver, would not have been paid. And as we know, Imran is a very cool partner, but when it comes to his money, Imran is a very serious man. So, all these pieces of the jigsaw puzzle worked out and fit together, and from October 2025, we embarked on the 6-week training program in Sustainable Agriculture Farmer Field School that will form phase 1 of the new project for cohort 2. The project received the much needed nod from Mr. Roland Royer, who is the Minister of Agriculture, his PS, Mr. Ryan Anselm, and Mr. Kian Stevenson, the Director of Agriculture. And Mr. Kian Stevenson is the one who has really been spearheading the Farmer Field School initiatives in Dominica. Through the use and demonstration of contemporary approaches that incorporated technology, innovation, and artificial intelligence, participants worked in real-life farm settings right here in the Kalinago territory. This course, which was designed for rural crop production farmers, focused on upgrading their skills in specific areas like pest and disease resilience and control, alternative crop production systems like hydroponics, aquaculture and aquaponics, modern livestock production systems, up-to-date practices, and marketing techniques. Today, we celebrate not only the successful completion of the training program, but the invaluable contribution of every participant to the advancement of agricultural practices in our communities. During the 6 weeks, you have all dedicated your time, your energy, and your expertise to learning and sharing those techniques. It is our hope that the skills and insights gained here will go a long way in improving productivity, enhancing environmental sustainability, and strengthening the resilience of our local farming systems. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the efforts of each of you, the participants. The challenges you face as farmers, particularly in the indigenous community, is not easy. But your determination and willingness are what will continue to drive positive change in our agricultural practices. This is not the end, but the beginning of a journey towards more sustainable and prosperous farming. I want to express my gratitude to the trainers, the facilitators, and all the stakeholders, notably the Commonwealth of Learning, the Ministry of Agriculture, and the Dominica site of the UWI Global Campus, who have worked tirelessly to ensure the success of this program. Your dedication and passion for empowering our farmers have been essential in making this initiative a success. As we present the certificates today, let us remember that they are not just pieces of paper, but symbols of your hard work, participants, your perseverance, and your collective role in shaping a brighter future for agriculture in our region. We hope that you will take the knowledge gained and share it with others, continuing to create a ripple effect of growth, innovation, and success. We look forward to seeing the positive changes you will make in your fields and in your community. In March of 2026, we are planning to move on to phase 2 of the project. In this part, our Kalinago farmers will be able to work in groups to put their acquired skills into direct use on their farms and holdings, using assessment tools and logs provided by the Ministry of Agriculture and the UWI. Thank you once again for being part of this program and for your continued efforts to build a more sustainable and thriving agricultural sector. I wish every success for our proceedings today, and congratulations once again to our participants. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kimon Joseph, for this very thorough and complete overview of the very important program, Sustainable Agriculture Farmer Field School. Thanks for providing us with the rationale, and of course underscoring that what you receive here today, the parchment you receive here today, really is not merely a piece of paper, but it is evidence of your hard work, your diligence, your stick-to-itiveness, and of course your understanding, your profound understanding that what you're doing is not only for yourselves, but also for your community. You are the future. Give yourselves a big hand. I'm really happy to see some students here with us, you know, to consistent with the prayers that Pastor raised. Again, children are referred to very often in the Bible. Suffer little children, come unto me. Belongs to them. So let us give them a big hand for coming here today and joining us. Excellent. So at this point, we move towards remarks from collaborators. And the first on my list is Dr. Tony Mays, Director, Education, Commonwealth of Learning, speaking on behalf of Professor Peter Scott, President and CEO, Commonwealth of Learning. This is virtual? Yes. The technology allows us to have him very present with us, not only in spirit, but visually. So if you want to, a warm welcome to Dr. Tony Mays.
Education accessible, competency-based, and grounded in real-time practice. From the outset, the Farmer Field School was built as a blended learning experience, merging online instruction with hands-on field applications so that farmers could build durable competences. Cohort 1 validated this design approach. Congratulations to the 26 learners who completed the course, with 70% earning a mastery result and 30% a pass. In education, design increases matter. For the Farmer Field School program, learners studied through a modular structure. They used the 1 mile agricultural station and an online environment to reinforce knowledge, and were introduced to AI in agriculture, so smart farming becomes part of normal practice. The UWI Global Campus taught to transfer, not just recall. Cohort 2 advanced the pedagogy with scale and structure. 40 farmers were recruited, split into mentored groups, and carried through a sequenced curriculum on climate resilience technology, soil science and pests, disease and nutrient management. Pre-course diagnostics gave facilitators a baseline with assessment results in the pests and diseases module demonstrating top performance among those who completed the curriculum. These results once again validate the instructional blend of theory, demonstration, and problem solving produced mastery. As education organization all celebrate 3 key achievements. First, we draw structured learning outcomes and assessments aligned to real farm tasks, proving that open and distance learning can work seamlessly alongside field-based mentoring. Second, we relied on a data-informed approach to improvement. The pre-test showed many learners already had a strong foundational knowledge, allowing facilitators to deepen learning rather than repeat basics. Third, we remain encouraged by the lasting capabilities developed through the program. The strong mastery demonstrated by you as learners proves that skills were not only learned, but truly internalized. This is the core promise, through design once, adapt widely, and maintain quality. Thank you to the UWI Global Campus, Dominica, the Ministry of Agriculture, and the Kalinago leadership, and many thanks to the facilitators and every learner whose persistence turns curriculum into capability. As we close here at Baran Alti in the Kalinago territory, we are not ending a class. We are extending an educational model that is open, replicable, and ready for new cohorts. Congratulations to everyone involved.
Thank you, Dr. Tony Mays, who's no doubt not hearing me now, but I'm sure we will convey to him at the appropriate time that we are grateful for his presentation. And he emphasized the pedagogy and the methodology of this teaching. And I think it's captured very well when he says that this is not only teaching for recall, but teaching for transfer, as indeed agricultural course should be. We, of course, sincerely apologize for the quality of the recording and or the conveyance of the recording. And as a result of that, we will skip Dr. Chantal Moore, and move on to someone who is present with us in person, in the flesh. And with that in mind, I have the very special pleasure of calling on Mr. Ryan Anderson, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy. Let us give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Dr. Sarah. It's a pleasure to be here. I first want to bring you warm greetings from the Honorable Minister, Minister Roye. He would love to be here, but today is Cabinet Day, and I send warm greetings from him. It is with great pleasure that I join you today to celebrate the successful completion of the Sustainable Agriculture Farmer Field School here in the Kainago territory. But before I go on to address you, I wish to extend warm greetings and to acknowledge the Kainago Council and the community leaders, our partners from the University of the West Indies Global Campus. And I want to acknowledge Dr. Francis Severin, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of the West Indies Global Campus, Dr. my good friend, and sometimes when she calls me, she doesn't get me and she complains, Dr. Joseph. We acknowledge your work you have been doing. I also want to acknowledge the Commonwealth of Learning. I need to acknowledge the presence of the Director of Agriculture, the Technical Officer of Extension, but more so the graduates and the participants here today. This ceremony is more than a presentation of certificate. It presents growth, resilience, and a shared commitment to strengthening agriculture within this space. So allow me to just put this into context. This Sustainable Agriculture Farmer Field School, this was developed in response to the many challenges facing our agriculture sector today. And we speak about climate change. But we not only speak about climate change, but there's climate action. And that is why the Ministry of Agriculture putting forth a national agricultural policy, the first pillar speaks of our sustainable and resilient productive system. This means that our sector has to be resilient against climate change. And so whatever we do, we have to put smart agricultural practices in our productive system. Declining soil health, and what can we do as participants and farmers? We need to implement what we call soil and water management. We need to be more conscious of ecological sustainability and how we protect the environment. And so we also have what we call a rising pest and disease situation. And so I am sure that throughout your course, you must have heard of the word integrated pest management. My intention was to give you a little exam and to ask you what is IPM. But I guess I forget that little test. But it's important that we recognize that fighting against outbreaks, invasive species, we need to look at crop management systems and integrated pest management. So following the successful Farmer Field School, the Ministry of Agriculture recognized the importance of expanding this initiative to ensure inclusive access to training and developing opportunities. Bringing this program to the Kainago territory was both intentional and, we believe, necessary. It reflects our commitment to empower our farmers in this space with knowledge and skills needed to adapt, thrive, and remain competitive while respecting your cultural tradition. And I know that you're using natural means of controlling your pests, using your garlic sprays, your pepper sprays, and we should continue in that route. I believe the primary purpose of this farmer field school was to equip you farmers with practical skills. As the master trainer, Kian Stevenson always say, is learning by doing. Am I correct, Chief? So we brought you into a classroom, but basically showing you all the practicals. And by doing it yourself, you have learned the necessary skills that you need. The program focused was to strengthen your capacity in soil health management, pest and disease control, climate smart agriculture, and the use of modern technology and artificial intelligence. Beyond production, the program also aimed to improve food security, and not only food security. I always like to put nutrition security and protein security. So whatever you produce, it has to be fit for consumption. It has to be safe for consumption, and it has to meet our dietary needs. And so not only producing the food, but the food has to be safe for consumption. I believe we started with 40 participants and we have 35 graduates. Mr. Director, I think we have to look for the 5 that were dropped out or for some reason, we have to look for them and train them in the farmer field school approach because that's very important. So it is my expectation and the ministry expectation that you graduates will be more efficient in applying sustainable climate resilient farm practices, will be better equipped to improve productivity and efficiency. And that is important, that the word productivity is very critical. And to how do you apply modern technology and how do you marry this to your traditional knowledge? And so we have to, there's something called, Dr. Sever, you might give me an F for this, but there's something called how do we modern traditional knowledge? And I always say that, and through our planning, we do have a program called Modernization of Traditional Crops. And I hope that is English, we can get an A for this one. So We also need to acknowledge our donors and our partners. This farmer field school would not be possible without the funding and support of Commonwealth of Learning. I think we should give them a round of applause for supporting this program. And the technical coordination provided by the University of the West Indies Global Campus. Thank you very much. We also need to acknowledge the collaboration of the Kainago Council, the Division of Agriculture, Mr. Stephen Stevenson, our master trainer, and all the extension officers that played the part. Yes, we can. So, for us in the Ministry of Agriculture, this program, we believe, beyond individual farmers, will contribute to food and nutrition security, greater resilience in climate change and economic shocks, opportunities for entrepreneurship, and stronger balance between traditional knowledge and modern agricultural practice. Ladies and gentlemen, in concluding, to our graduates, the ministry offers its sincere congratulations. This achievement is a testament to your hard work and commitment. It encourages you to apply what you have learned, share your knowledge with others, and continue your journey of learning and innovation. On behalf of the Minister and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, I reaffirm our commitment to supporting initiatives that strengthen food security, empower indigenous communities, and build a resilient agriculture future. Today marks not the end, but a new beginning. May the seeds of knowledge planted here today through this program continue to grow and bear fruits for generations to come. Thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you, Foreign Secretary, for your sharing with us your reflections on this program. And indeed, you said something which resonated with me. The whole question of leaving no one behind. This is a philosophy that we as Global Campus has embraced. Not only us, but our predecessors, Open Campus, the School of Continuing Studies, University of the West Indies Distance Education Center, and all our legacy and all our history. So yes, let us go out and find those who have dropped out and bring them back in. Again, biblically, you know, the shepherd. I don't know why I'm waxing so biblical today. The shepherd, probably it's the spirit. Spirit is around, yes. But he went back for the one sheep that was missing. We must all go forward together. The other thing, of course, you emphasized was the partnerships. And in fact, this is at the heart and at the core of the Sustainable Development Goals. Partnerships for the goals. And so I want us again to give a big hand to the Ministry of Agriculture for partnering with the Global Campus and of course, Commonwealth of Learning. Yes. We have been chatting this morning. We have been saying some wonderful stuff. But we must take a pause. What is a ceremony without some entertainment? You look forward to that? You want to be entertained? Well, I will grant you your wish. And in that regard, we are pleased to announce a performance by the Kalinago dancers. Do I have to move or you going on top here? Yes? You're going on top here, yes. They're behind me. Wow. So let us welcome the Kalinago dancers. Make them feel welcome, please. I I did not want to ask you to clap again. The applause sounded a bit anemic. I think you can do better than that. Yes, that's better. You have to be sure of yourselves and sure of your people. They performed very nicely. Yes, to make them feel like they did. Yes, wonderful. All right, at this point in time, as masters of ceremony like to say, we have come to the part that you have been waiting for. That's what you came here for. That's the raison d'etre of the entire exercise. And so we move to the presentation of participants. And I see here that these presentations are to be done by my good friend and colleague, Mr. Ryan Anselm, and yours truly. So, Dr. Joseph, will you be the one? Yes. And you just let us know where and when to stand. Yes?
Good morning, everyone, once again. Dr. Sever and Mr. Anselm would like you to stand front and center. And the facilitator, Ms. Yasmin John, will call out the names of the certificate recipients, the participants in our Sustainable Agriculture Farmer Field School, and then they will come up and shake the hands, okay? So, and receive their certificates from us. All right.
All right, good day. The first person we have is Alexis Valmond. Round of applause, please. Yeah. Miss Annette Sanford. No, she's not there. She's not there. Anjani Deb Singh. Yes. Debbie Singh. Ashton Grano. Oh, they didn't finish the code. Wait a while. Ashton, yes. Chad Ogis. Just wait a while. Deborah Thomas Phillip. Devon Barry. Okay. Devon Barry. Eloise Etienne. Elon Gabriel. Oh wait. Elon Gabriel. Gefrad Ogis. Ian Joseph. Oh, yeah, absent. Jamie Burton. Wait. Ja Williams. Joshua Valmond. Oh, yeah, absent. Jumadin Frederick. Kendrick Ogis. Kendrick. Kenrick Ogis. No, Kent Ogis. Kerwin Laron. Kimberly Tyson Laura. Martina Daru. What's it absent? Miguel Drago. Marisa Valmont Grano. Wait. Here. Marisa, go back please. Come back. Another picture. Yes. Muriel Eustache. Nayaka Thomas. She absent? Oh, she's absent. Nelson Frederick. Opotin Ogis. Rashid Zamor. Robert Alfred. Rose Valmont. Sandra Elise. Theodore Thomas. Absent. Veronica Burton. Veronica James. Winston Joseph. Zilna Corinne Thomas. Absent. All right, thank you, PS. Thank you, Principal. Just gonna bullshit. Yes. Okay, so as the facilitator of this Farmers Field School, it was truly been a rewarding experience working with this group. Over the past weeks, I had the opportunity to engage with you in the field, observe your practices, and support your learning. I witnessed growth not only in technical knowledge, but also in confidence, collaboration, and problem solving. Your willingness to participate, ask questions, and share ideas made this program meaningful and successful. As you can see up after the ceremony, you can go and see your hard work, all your posters and all your drawings that you have done throughout the program. It is now my honor to specially recognize 3 students who consistently demonstrated commitment, responsibility, and leadership all throughout the program. Their dedication and positive attitude contributed greatly to the success of this Farmers Field School. At this time, I would like 3 students to come forward to receive your plaques. Please join me in giving them a well-deserved round of applause. So we have Deborah Thomas Phillips, Mr. Miguel Drago, watch that live. Wait, for you side, the photo. And also Mr. Devon Barry. All right, thank you once again.
Yes, and let us give our facilitator, Yasmin John, a round of applause. And of course, the Bishop Pinard at our site for joining us here as we presented, as the PS and myself presented the certificates. And if ever you wanted an example of collaboration, this is it. You see how we manage this thing there? Certificates handing over and coordinating this thing. This is high science. Give the PS a round of applause. Never mind me. All right. So at this point in time, I have a very special.
All right. I won't be too long. I know people have been waiting there since morning, so I'll make it pretty short and brief. All right. So with that said, good morning, everyone. Today we celebrate more than a course of completion. We celebrate growth. We came here with love for the land, and you live as skilled, confident farmers to plant the future. You have learned to read the soil, manage resources, and farm smarter. The certificate that you receive today is not just a piece of paper that you probably put under your bed or in a cabinet somewhere, but it is proof of your hard work and commitment. Over the past weeks and months, you have not only learned, you have transformed. We have transformed. Thank you very much. We came here with a passion for the land, and you live with knowledge to nurture, to sustain yourself. We came with questions, and we live with answers rooted in science, tradition, and innovation. From soil health to pest management to budgeting and GPS sorry, I have so much stuff I have to say. All right. You came here with questions, and you leave here with answers, rooted in science, tradition, and innovation. From soil health to pest management, from budgeting to GPS, we have mastered skills that bridge the wisdom of our ancestors with the technology of tomorrow. We are the ones that will grow the food with care, those who will protect our environment, strengthen our communities, and most of all, feed our nation. We are the true backbone of our society today. As you receive our certificates, remember that this paper is not just a document. It is a testament of our hard work, your early mornings, your soul-dirtied hands, and your unwavering commitment. It is the seed of potential, one that you must now plant in the fields of your future. I urge you to go forward with confidence, share what you have learned, support one another most importantly, innovate fearlessly, and let your farms be models of sustainability and success. To our amazing facilitators and our extension officers, thank you very much. Without you, our knowledge we would never learn nothing throughout this course. And to our graduates, your journey is just beginning. May your crops be plentiful, your soil fertile, and your spirits resilient. Congratulations to our class. The future of farming is in our hands, and it has never looked more bright. Thank you, and may God bless you and your harvest.
I think you can do better than that. Yeah?
So before Dr. Sever comes and continues with his program, I'd like to call him forward because the class has something for him, some produce that they have offered on behalf of the group to Dr. Francis Sever. And this is going to show my Catholic roots. Dr. Sever, I'll take it from you and I'll bow to you like the priestess, and then you can continue.
What can I say? My heart is full. I feel touched. Thank you very much, class. This is obviously, we're on the Bible today. Huh? Already seeing the talents, and I think it's in Peter, 1 Peter, which speaks about being stewards and using your talents for the good of others. And I think Mr. Barry urged that as well. You know, the passion for the land, the love of the land, and you're going to use that to multiply. Of course, you interpret that very cautiously, of course. We're talking about land and fruits. And so I want to thank you very much, Mr. Barry, for your words, and I want to congratulate you again for your top performance. Let's give him another hand. Yes, at this point in time, I would like to call on our master tutor, Mr. Stevenson, Director of Agriculture, Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries Blue, and Green Economy, to reflect and to offer some congratulatory remarks. Let's join me in making him feel welcome.
Morning, everyone. I don't think it's too late to give recognition to the Kalinago Council, first and foremost, and the people of the Kalinago territory for having us here today. Dr. Francis, the principal of the UWI Global Campus. Also to Dr. Tony Mays and Dr. Scontel Moore of the Commonwealth of Learning, partners with us here today. Also to Dr. Barry Casimir and the other staff of the local UWI Open Campus here in Dominica. Important. All the staff of UWI. To our Minister of Agriculture, as our Permanent Secretary mentioned, would have loved to be here today, but he's in cabinet. Recognition to our Permanent Secretary, Mr. Ryan Anslem, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy. A special recognition to the staff of the Division of Agriculture, especially the East Extension team, who conducted and facilitated this farmer field school, and to Miss Yasmin John and Miss Rita Ray from the North Extension team, who did an excellent job in facilitating this farmer field school. Special recognition to the participants of this farmer field school. Without you, it will not be possible. I must say, yes, I am a master trainer within the farmer field school. I was trained in 2002, but the part of the master trainer was to training of trainers, to train others to train. So I'm very proud, although my name has been called here often this morning, but I must say the persons I just recognized, especially towards the end, Miss Yasmin John, the extension team of the East, Mr. Burton, Mr. Joel, John Hook, and the others that are trainers of trainers right now. It is very rewarding when a teacher sees their students surpass them. And if you're a good teacher, you would want to see your students do well and surpass you. Right? So with recognition, I recognize the staff and the team. There's no I in teamwork, and teamwork makes the dream work. Right? So we see that teamwork within the Ministry of Agriculture, Division of Agriculture, and the continued teamwork with the collaboration with the UWI, University of the West Indies, and the Commonwealth of Learning. And we can see when persons collaborate as a team, great things are achieved, sustainable things are achieved. Right? With the partnership with the participants and this field school, we have this reward here today. And I had something written, but I'm putting it away because I'm not very good with written speeches. I often just speak from my heart and my mind. Because this is not the first farmer field school within the Kalinago territory. Pastor spoke to it earlier. We had the backyard gardening farmer field school some time back. And even way back in 2002, when we just started farmer field schools, we had the farmer field school with sweet corn. Many farmers were there back then. We had the farm of past, his name eluding me right now, but we had the farmer field school up there. Even in 2002, the present minister, Honorable Rui, was a student of the learning by doing and training of trainers of the farmer field school, and hence his confidence in the approach and the methodology of the farmer field school. Hence wanting to join up with when UWI Open Campus approached, together with the Commonwealth of Learning, the minister jumped on board and took up the approach. We had the first pilot project in Portsmouth, 1 mile. The graduates are here today to show testimony of the success, and again here continued here in the Kalinago territory. 25 strong from Portsmouth, 1 mile, and today 35 strong. I would like to say 40 strong, because the 30 that the 5 that are missing, they just missed their last evaluation. So I believe only knowledge and the education is there with them to carry on. So I would like to say 40 strong here today. All right, so with this, I believe Dr. Joseph went very in depth in all about the aspects of the field school and what it achieved. But one of the major things the field school, I like to see the field school achieved, and in all the communities where we have farmer field school, is the empowerment of farmers, the ability of farmers to remain as a group and to continue working as a group. Through this togetherness, I've seen many groups evolve across Dominica, many strong groups right now, farmer groups, continue being activists and continuing in their engagement. So that alone shows the sustainability, not just of the program, but the sustainability of the persons that engage in the program, not just to be sustainable farmers, not just to be good stewards of the land, but also learn to work within a group learn to work within community, build camaraderie, and unity is always strength. The other step taken, joining the Farmer Field School approach. I see me there as a tutor, but within the Farmer Field School approach, there are no teachers. I know we are UE open campus, so we like to have lecturers and teachers and tutors and all these formalities, but we call ourselves facilitators because we facilitate the learning, because all of us have knowledge embedded in us, all of us have experiences, and we all share together in the learning by doing, learning by hands-on experiences, learning together. The extension officer learning from the farmer learning from the extension officer, and we learning together. So we all facilitate learning, and when we facilitate this learning, we come out empowered because we're not just learning something theoretically and still not being sure how to go about doing it, but we learn by doing. So when we come out, we actually know what we're about, ready to teach. So with that, I really see the empowerment of persons and the continuity. The UE component adds a little cherry on the top because everybody wants to have a UE certificate, right? So the UE gives it the icing, it makes it a little more official so that after this process, because the main part is the learning, the empowerment, but having that certificate at the end of it, a UE certificate, a UE accredited certificate to say, yes, I've gone through an official learning program and I am a UE certified sustainable farmer. I think this is the topping. So with UE and the Commonwealth of Learning, I think this was a very good addition to the complements. So with UE, Commonwealth of Learning, Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, I think the participants, to God be the glory. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. Continuing on the biblical path and trajectory, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. 1 Peter 4:10. Thank you, Mr. Stevenson, for being a steward and facilitator in your terms. We have facilitators at UE, but it's all very good. When you don't know what news you're going to receive when you arise in the morning in the world, and a lot of it is outside of our control. But I think let us focus on the good things within our control, and this is a good thing. This is good. We are here together. We have life, and we are facilitating each other. We are stewards of each other, and we are progressing. So I want you, as an agency, I want you to clap yourselves. And if the enthusiasm of the clap suggests what you feel about yourselves, I am a bit worried. I want you to do better than that. After all. Yes. Okay. And of course, now I see why our Solidare Primary School 4-H Club is with us. They have been waiting patiently. They have been waiting patiently. And they have behaved themselves very well in so doing. We heard no noise. Let us give the teachers and the students a round of applause. Yes. We celebrate that because a lot of times we say, young people are this, young people are that, young people are... Look at them. So when they are doing positive things, even being attentive, we celebrate that. Having said all of that, for you students, I know you're going to reward us with the best performance of your lives. And so I want to ask our audience to give you a round of applause and welcome you to perform for us. Yes?
Sustainable agriculture is the way for a brighter tomorrow every day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a powerful poem with profound content and has a moral in it and can teach us. Another round of applause for them. And there's a reason why, you go to school at this age. That's when you retain. I couldn't retain that poem, I have to tell you, as I approach the cusp of old age. So I am very impressed. Thank you very much, students, for taking the time. What we say to others, taking the time for your busy schedule, from your schoolwork to come to be with us and bless us with your presence. We are about to land. We are heading towards the airfield, and we are landing. And to help us to land, I have the pleasure of calling in one of our very hard and diligent staff members of the UE Global Campus, in whom we are well pleased to deliver the vote of thanks, Ms. Gisha Pinard. Welcome.
Distinguished Chair, Dr. Francis Severin, collaborators, invited guests, staff of the UE Global Campus Dominica, facilitators, students, cultural performers, media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good afternoon. First and foremost, we give thanks to God Almighty, whose guidance, protection, and grace made this gathering and the successful execution of this program possible. We acknowledge His hand in every step of this journey and in the lives of all who contributed to its success. On behalf of the UE Global Campus Dominica, it is my distinct honor and privilege to deliver this vote of thanks at the close of what has been a truly meaningful and inspiring Farmerfield School. We extend our sincere appreciation to our Chair, Dr. Francis Severin, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the UE Global Campus Dominica, for chairing this event today, and for his steadfast leadership and guidance, which continues to strengthen the reach and vision of the university across the region. We are grateful to Mrs. Miranda Langley, member of the Berina Cultural Group, for her rendition of the Kalinago Anthem. Mr. Tony Cornelius, pastor of the Open Bible Church of St. Cyril, who delivered the invocation, as well as Dr. Kimon Joseph, head of the UE Global Campus Dominica, who delivered the welcome remarks, we say thank you. We offer sincere thanks as well to Dr. Tony Mays, Director of Education, Commonwealth of Learning, and Dr. Chantal Moore, advisor of the Virtual University of Small States of the Commonwealth at the Commonwealth of Learning, for sharing their remarks. Mr. Ryan Ansem, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, you delivered the collaborative remarks, and we are grateful. We are grateful to our collaborators and partners for their continued support, commitment, and belief in the transformative power of education and sustainable agriculture. Our heartfelt thanks also goes out to the Kalinago dancers and the Salivia Primary School 4-H Club for their powerful performances, which reminded us of the richness of our culture and the importance of grounding education in identity, heritage, and community. Special recognition must be given to all our facilitators whose dedication, patience, and professionalism have guided our learners throughout this journey. Their commitment goes far beyond the classroom, shaping not only skills, but confidence, discipline, and purpose. We appreciate Mr. Kian Stevenson, Director of Agriculture, Ministry of Agriculture, Blue and Green Economy, and Ms. Yasmin John, germplasm technician of the Ministry of Agriculture, for their remarks and congratulatory messages. We also thank and congratulate Mr. Devon Barry, top student in the Sustainable Agriculture Farmer Field School, for speaking on his experience in the course. We want to give a big thank you to all our participants who were honored today. We commend your resilience, enthusiasm, and willingness to learn. Congratulations, and thank you for choosing UE Global Campus Dominica. Your dedication has been especially evident in the consistent field engagement, including the weekly visits to the farm of Mr. Mayhew Nichols every Wednesday, led by Dr. Barry Kazimi, Mr. Javed Seaman, and Ms. Yasmin John and Ray. These visits exemplified experiential learning at its best, where theory met practice and where respect for indigenous knowledge, land stewardship, and community partnership was actively demonstrated. On your behalf, we thank your family and friends who had to give up the time with you while you pursued your course. This event today was all about you and your loved ones, and we trust that you felt honored and appreciated. Overall, we are grateful to Professor Scott, Dr. Chantal Moore, Ms. Carol Walters, and the rest of the team for once again providing the capital backing for this project. To the Honorable Minister, Roland Rouye, P.S. Ansem, and the Director Stevenson from the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, we say a big thank you for having faith in us once again. Finally, to everyone who worked behind the scenes, Dr. Kimon Joseph, Ms. Brittany Williams, Dr. Barry Kazimi, Ms. Lisa Guy, Mrs. Clarissa Seaman, Mr. Javed Seaman, Ms. Asha Burton, and the Agricultural Extension, Asha Burton, and the Agricultural Extension Officers of the Eastern District, followed by Mrs. Gwyneth Frederick, the Director of the Kalinago Brana Ote, Mrs. Annette Sanford, Kalinago Chief of the Kalinago Council and Partners, along with all the bus drivers who worked throughout the course and at today's ceremony. We thank you for your invaluable contributions. Your efforts ensured the smooth execution of today's event and overall success of this initiative. In addition, I wish to thank our photographer, Mr. Darren Libla, and the caterers, Ms. Melanie Timothy, for reception refreshments after today's ceremony. We are grateful to the media representatives here today. We have GIS, DBS, and Emonews. Thank you all for being here. Once again, thank you all for your presence, your support, and your continued commitment to education, sustainability, and national development. May the lessons learned here continue to bear fruit in our communities and beyond. As we conclude, we once again thank God for His continued blessings and ask that He guide us as we move forward to apply what we have learned for the best. of our communities and our nation. Thank you and have a pleasant remainder of the day.
At this time, I will take the opportunity to show you some of the things on display here at the Farmer Field School.
I think my duty, of course, is to thank Kenisha for moving the vote of thanks. I don't know whether that's Dr. Kimondos's expectation, but and of course to formally bring this ceremony to a conclusion. So thank you for coming. We're happy that you have been with us, and I will hand over to Dr. Joseph to, if there's any housekeeping matters. Yes, there is? Okay, thank you.
So the chair has thanked the person who gave the vote of thanks, and I now thank the chair too. And I just want to invite everybody who's with us here at the bar now to join us for refreshments afterwards. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Oh yes, we wanted to take photos with the participants first, and I forgot about that, and I know that Mr. Darren is probably looking at me like, what? So all the participants, we ask you to come on top of the stage so we can have photos with you and the officials of the UWI and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy. The rest of you, your guests, can already have something to eat and we'll be with you in a little while. Thanks, everyone.
So once again, I did promise a closer look at some of the things on display. Maybe you can get some ideas from what the students have learned to put into practice on your own farms.
Hello. Can all the participants hold their certificates, please, for the group photo? Please hold your certificates for the group photo.
So here we have some pests that affect some of the crops available on island. And here we have an organic farm module, quite interesting here. Model cabbage farm, of course you can get ideas from this as to how to lay out your own farms at home. More pests and diseases. Here if you see, sometimes peppers suffer from nitrogen deficiencies, coconut has a mite. Our suckers also suffer from nitrogen or calcium deficiency, I'm sorry. And this is Emonews saying goodbye from the Farmer Field School, organized by UE Global Campus and UE Global Campus and the Commonwealth of Learning. So in a few minutes we will say goodbye and thanks for viewing everyone.
Field School, Farmer Field, FFS. Nice.